How Jurgen Klopp has built a Liverpool spine Jose Mourinho can only dream of. Jurgen Klopp arrived at Liverpool 9 months ahead of Jose Mourinho at Manchester United, but both started to mould their respective squads and their image during the summer of 2016. After replacing Brendan Rodgers in October 2015, Klopp made do with the players he inherited, with the exception of, somewhat bizarrely, Steven Caulker, who joined on loan from QPR the following January. Rather impressively, Klopp managed to steer Liverpool to 2 cup finals in 2015-16, but defeats to Manchester City in the League Cup and Sevilla in the Europa League lied to a final Premier League finish of 8th, below West Ham and Southampton, demonstrated the need to strengthen in the transfer market. Mourinho, meanwhile, took charge of a side that had finished 3 places above Liverpool but only by 6 points, as Louis Van Gaal's failure to secure Champions League football resulted in him being released from his contract a year early, despite winning the FA Cup against a dancing Alan Pardew. Both managers, then, had plenty of work to do in order to restore England's 2 most historic clubs to a level befitting their statuses. Both managers had similar challenges to face. Both clubs were in the Europa League at the time of their appointments, both had bloated squads filled with underperforming players, and both were suffering from an identity crisis. During his first season in charge, Mourinho even emulated Klopp by reaching the finals of the League Cup and Europa League, yet unlike Klopp, he managed to win them, beating Southampton and Ajax. Since then, though, Liverpool have steadily closed the gap on their rivals, both domestically and in Europe, while United have meandered in the opposite direction. Ahead of Sunday's meeting between the two at Anfield, Liverpool are 16 points and 5 places ahead of United in the Premier League table. A seismic gap at this stage. It would be too simplistic to pin Liverpool's success and United's struggles over the past few months solely on player recruitment made by both, yet it has undoubtedly been a significant factor in creating the chasm between the two. While Klopp has generally bought well, Mourinho has largely not. Both have enjoyed the luxury of splashing record-breaking levels of cash, but while Klopp's budget-busting recruits have succeeded or shown signs that they will succeed, Mourinho's largely haven't. Before Chelsea signed Kepa Arrizabalaga for £71 million, Liverpool had both the world's most expensive goalkeeper and the most expensive defender in their ranks. The £75 million and £67 million fees spent on Virgil van Dijk and Alisson looked steep at the time, yet between them the pair have vastly improved a previously sieve-like defence. After his heroics against Napoli, Klopp said that he would have paid double for Alisson, had he known how good he was. In contrast, Mourinho's headline recruits haven't yet offered value for money. The £89 million capture of Paul Pogba from Juventus in 2016 broke a world record transfer fee that had stood for 3 years. The £85 million Real Madrid sent Tottenham's way for Gareth Bale, and was seen as a serious statement of intent given the Frenchman's reputation. Pogba played an important role in United's double success in 2015-16, yet since then he has faced a barrage of criticism covering a number of different topics, ranging from on-field issues such as his lack of goals, assists and consistency, as well as tactical inflexibility, to off-field matters such as the haircuts and the dabbing. A difficult relationship with Mourinho has further cast a grey cloud over the deal. Alexis Sanchez might not have cost United a transfer fee, joining in a rare swap deal with Henrik Mkhitaryan moving in the opposite direction, yet he has cost United a mind-boggling amount of money in wages. Revelations from Football Leaks earlier this year claimed that Sanchez's basic wage is £391,000 after tax, while he also reportedly has a number of lovely little bonuses too, including £75,000 for every appearance he makes. If that basic wage is correct, Sanchez has earned £17,986,000 since joining United in January, or around £4.5 million for every goal he has scored. In August, Mourinho, to the accompaniment of the world's smallest violin, presumably, lashed out at Klopp and his age-old adversary Pep Guardiola for spending too much money on transfers. Mourinho declared that Liverpool were trying to buy the title after their signings of Alisson, Naby Keita, Fabinho and Xherdan Shaqiri. Although Mourinho has a point that Liverpool's spending has soared over the past few windows, it isn't as if he has had to operate with his hands tied. Although Klopp has spent approximately £405 million on players spread out over 6 transfer windows, around £67.5 million per window, Mourinho has had £365 million to play with, around £73 million per window. Man United handed huge injury boost as 6 key men return for Liverpool clash. Chelsea to seal £60 million deal for Liverpool and Man United target with announcement imminent. Man United make stunning January transfer call on Paul Pogba. Arsenal poised to lodge bid for £40 million forward after talks opened with club. Klopp's transfer budget has also been swelled by the mega money sale of Philippe Coutinho to Barcelona for an initial £105 million, rising to £142 million, not to mention the sale of a number of fringe players, £15 million for Jordan Ibe. United's biggest sale during the Mourinho era was Morgan Schneiderlin to Everton for £24 million in January 2017. Klopp has recouped far more money than Mourinho has on players he didn't want or need. Aside from net spend, Liverpool's costly signings have largely proven to be value for money. Virgil van Dijk, £75 million, Alisson, £67 million, Sadio Mane, £36 million, Jorginho Wijnaldum, £25 million, and Andrew Robertson, £8 million, are all important first-team regulars. That's before even mentioning Mohamed Salah, who at £39 million represents an incredible bargain in an age where transfer fees have gone through the roof. United signings just haven't had the same impact. Henrik Mkhitaryan, 26.3 meters, was bombed out after 18 months. Eric Bailly, £30 million, has regressed after an impressive debut season. Nemanja Matic, £40 million, has faded badly after a promising start, and Victor Lindelof, £32 million, endured a nightmare first year in English football before showing signs of improvement. The less said about Fred, £52 million. Meanwhile, the better, judging by his Cleberson-esque first 6 months in the Northwest. Then there are the two standouts, Paul Pogba, £89 million, and Romelu Lukaku, £75 million. Although neither can be regarded as a flop, neither has lived up to expectations. Mourinho has even avoided picking them in recent weeks. Pogba has shown flashes of his undoubted class, but all too infrequently, while Lukaku has too often appeared to be operating on an entirely different wavelength to that of his teammates. Although Mourinho outnumbers Klopp for trophies won since taking over at Manchester United, a 4th Premier League title for the Portuguese is out of the question. Despite the money spent, United are as far away from challenging for the title at any point during the difficult post-Sir Alex Ferguson era. Liverpool are top for now, but considering their main rivals for the title happen to be the competition's most dominant side in history, it would be a genuinely colossal feat if they were to end the campaign in their current position. Even so, that they are in the reckoning at all highlights the excellent work done by Klopp in the transfer market. How Mourinho must wish his signings had made a similarly transformative impact. Chelsea to seal £60 million deal for Liverpool and Man United target with announcement imminent. Man United handed huge injury boost as 6 key men return for Liverpool clash. Jose Mourinho speaks out on handing Chris Smalling a new long-term contract. Martin Keown claims Jose Mourinho's Manchester United style destroys players.